Me versus Canelo is a very good fight. I'm the bigger man. I have the longer reach. Look who he lost to, Dimitri Bivol, a bigger man, 6 foot.
If you and Jake fought, how long would it last?
Not that long.
I will pay homage to him because fair play. If he jumps in there with Canelo Alvarez, he'll get absolutely fucking destroyed, and it will be fast and it will be messy, and it will be bad for his.
The boxing world is buzzing with news of a potential July showdown between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez. Jake Paul, who has long sought this fight, believes his size and reach gave him an edge against the seasoned champion. In a recent interview, Paul expressed confidence, stating he envisions fighting Alvarez for a cruiserweight championship belt at 200 pounds.
Canelo is a very good fight. I'm the bigger man. I have the longer reach. Look who he lost to, Dimitri Bivol, a bigger man, 6 foot.
If you and Jake fought, how long would it last?
Not that long.
Would you play with him a little bit? Would you carry him a little bit first?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think that people is gonna enjoy. For me, not right now, because I'm.
The announcement has shocked fans and analysts alike, as few expected this matchup to come to fruition. With Paul's ambition and Alvarez's legendary status, the fight promises to be an intriguing clash of styles and a must-watch spectacle. The boxing world has been set ablaze with the announcement of a potential showdown between YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul and legendary fighter Canelo Alvarez. Slated to take place on Saturday, July 5th in New York, this long-rumored matchup has finally become a reality.
Said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen 3 more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a...
Jake Paul, who has been vocal about his ambitions to fight Canelo for years, declared, "It's time," sending shockwaves throughout the boxing community. The announcement has reignited debates over the legitimacy of crossover fights and the ever-evolving dynamics of modern boxing. Jake Paul's journey to this moment has been anything but conventional. Starting as a YouTube sensation, Paul transitioned into boxing with a controversial yet undeniable determination to make a name for himself in the sport.
And then we should just retire after that.
So look, are you happy with your performance in the fight? Are you happy with the way the night went down?
I wish he would have, put up a better fight, so then I could have risen more and done more. And he was surviving.
He was.
So
Before you went out.
it's worked up. But I think that everybody just wants him to win, wanted Mike to win. But
Dude, people really don't like us, Jake. People really want to see you get knocked out.
yeah, what did I ever do to anyone?
Well,
Over the years, he has faced criticism and skepticism from purists, but his persistence has kept him in the spotlight. In a 2021 interview, Paul boldly stated, "I think I could be fighting against Canelo Alvarez for the WBC or WBO championship belt." While this declaration was initially met with ridicule, Paul's relentless pursuit of the fight has now turned it into a headline-grabbing reality. Paul's confidence isn't unwarranted. In 2024, he faced boxing legend Mike Tyson in an 8-round heavyweight match at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Despite Tyson being 58 years old at the time, the fight garnered massive attention and drew a large audience. Against all odds,
she said, or someone leaking the story confirmed. And I guess the confirmation doesn't get much more rock solid than the Ring Magazine putting this story out first. Ring Magazine, obviously owned by Turkey. Turkey would have been the one to put this deal together, and Turkey would have had to given the green light for the Ring Magazine to even put that story out. That's as confirmation as you need it. That's it. The fight will happen in September. Touch wood, no injuries. Wow. Easily the biggest fight of 2025. I said a few days ago, Benavidez Morale was my most intriguing fight of 2025. Obviously, that's now been put down to second place because this has been...
Paul emerged victorious by unanimous decision, with judges scoring the bout 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73 in his favor. This victory added significant weight to Paul's growing boxing resume and further fueled his confidence to challenge Canelo. The matchup with Canelo Alvarez, however, represents an entirely different challenge. Widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing history, Canelo has built an illustrious career through his power.
Would you ever do like exhibitions like that, or like people like Jake Paul call you out, or these like other big stars? Like, is that business-wise like even worth it?
When I'm done with boxing, why not? Maybe I do it. I think it's
Like when you're done like competing at the highest
Yeah.
level, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing. They
Discipline and tactical brilliance. With a record that boasts multiple championship titles across different weight divisions, Canelo is a formidable opponent for any boxer, let alone someone like Jake Paul, whose experience pales in comparison. Canelo's upcoming schedule has been packed with high-profile bouts, further highlighting the significance of this unexpected matchup. In September 2025, he is slated to
Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul in May. That's what ESPN Boxea, ESPN in Spanish is reporting. ESPN in Spanish does 1,000,000 times better than ESPN in English when it comes to boxing. It's just factual. So I really trust their relationship in the boxing world versus the American counterpart, that it's always hit or miss. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they take sources, they don't source where they got it from. But ESPN in Spanish is saying it's very serious talks between Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul to fight in the USA in May. And it's going to be a joint promotion from Canelo Promotions, from MVP Promotions, and from PBC. I've heard about this fight about 5 months ago, that there was talks about it happening. I couldn't really run with it because it didn't look like that was the direction, but anything is possible. And Jake Paul did tease that he has a big announcement in January. So this may be the big announcement he was working on. But what do you guys think? Canelo and Jake Paul. Jake Paul's been in boxing 5 years. Canelo Alvarez has been in boxing since he was a kid, been a professional since he's 15.
Before that, there were widespread expectations for Canelo to fight William Skull in May. However, reports suggest that instead of taking on Skull or other potential contenders like Christian Billy, Canelo has opted for the commercially lucrative fight against Jake Paul. This decision underscores the growing trend of crossover bouts in boxing, where entertainment value often rivals sporting merit. While the boxing world debates the implications of Canelo's decision, reactions from notable figures within the sport have been varied. Boxing superstar Gervonta "Tank" Davis reacted to the news with a blunt response on Twitter, stating, "I'm looking for flowers," signaling his disinterest in the matchup. Davis's reaction reflects the sentiments of many traditionalists who view the fight as a spectacle rather than a legitimate contest. On the other hand, Jake Paul's supporters argue that his fight against Canelo represents a new era of boxing, where social media influence and audience engagement play a significant role in shaping the sport's future. Paul has consistently emphasized his size and reach advantages as potential keys to victory against Canelo. He has envisioned the fight taking place at 200 pounds for the Cruiserweight Championship, a division that would allow him to leverage his physical attributes. Canelo, however, has largely dismissed Paul's challenges over the years. In previous interviews, he stated that he is focused on his career and bothered by Paul's callouts. "I don't need the fight against Paul, and I'm not interested," Canelo remarked, emphasizing his commitment to maintaining his legacy as one of boxing's greatest champions. Despite his dismissive attitude, the fight's commercial appeal seems to have been a decisive factor in its materialization. Jake Paul's strategy heading into this fight will likely center on creating a